Why is Gap here at South by Southwest?
Sure. So some of us are here for interactive, but the big reveal is actually going to be at music. On March 15th, we're partnering with Tumblr and Filter Magazine, and we're throwing a showcase called the Tumblr House, presented by Gap. We're with people like Macklemore and Ryan Lewis headlining. The reality is, actually, the first Gap store was called Pants and Dis, where we sold Levi's jeans and vinyl records. So we're reviving our history in music over this upcoming year.
So talk to me a little bit about your e-commerce strategy. I know that's something that you're really trying to ramp up. How is Gap approaching e-commerce?
Sure. So a year ago, we launched a program called Styled By. And Styled By came from the reality that people today are looking to buy within editorial content. So it's no longer a transactional environment and an editorial environment, but it's one place where people want a highly visual experience that tells an aspirational product story, and ultimately you can say, wow, that girl's look is awesome, I just want to buy it within the image.
So the model for content creation on the web is changing. I mean, we don't need these huge photo shoots anymore. Everyone has Instagram. So how's Gap changing its approach when it comes to creating content for the web?
Yeah. So a year and a half ago, we made a big move, and we decided to bring community management in-house. And one of the reasons we did that is because our voice online is sort of the first line of defense. And if you don't have someone who eats, sleeps your brand, and you're outsourcing it to another person, there's often a lot of things that are missed along the way. With that community manager role, the number one thing that we were looking for were people who are experts in content creation for the social web. So we looked for kids coming out of journalism school. We looked for proven fashion bloggers. We looked for people who understand the highly visual web, and one of the parts of the application process is actually their Instagram portfolio. So we've created an army of what we call lo-fi content creators. So we used to grow up in this hi-fi world where we'd have large commercial shoots and several day photo shoots, but the reality is that we can create content with the 99-cent iPhone app or even Instagram or Vine or Snapchat and tell an aspirational product story in the same way that we used to do it in a hi-fi world.
So I'm glad you brought up Vine and Snapchat. How is Gap adapting to these new technologies that are emerging, and we're not quite sure how long, if they are going to have staying power?
Yeah, so when we resourced our community management team, we made sure to be nimble enough that the team would have time to experiment. So when Vine came out, which I think was like January 23rd, we were, I think, the second or third brand on Vine. We launched it the next morning, and we said, hey, everyone's experimenting. We don't know what's going to work or not work, but over the next week, we're going to release a Vine a day and see how people are engaging with the content.
All right, thank you so much for being here with us, and have fun at your party with Tumblr.
Thank you. It's going to be a blast.